All right, what's up, people? I want to talk about this serious topic that uh, I be wanting to reference to my mother. You will find out. Now, my mother was talking to all these so-called people that she allegedly she was very down to earth. She wanted to make sure other people was good. For the last 2 months or so, almost last 2 months, she suffered a severe a stroke, and this was one of the worst ones she had. It was pretty terrible. Now she can't talk. She tries to talk though. She doing. Don't get me wrong. In spite of it all, now I don't know. Even at your lowest point, you can have faith that God can recover them all over. And I believe in God 1,000%, 1,000,000%. Uh, thousands per what and more percent, I believe God can restore and recover. You know what I'm saying? And by the grace of God, she is recovering. But I'm gonna say this here: all the people that I would say that, and I'm not calling no name. I'm just saying all the people that you thought or she thought might have been her friend. Now, I would say that my mother was very wise. She wasn't no fool. Now, sometimes she would know that people was just on demon time and demonic energy, but a lot of times she would just go head on and do what she can to try to make sure they was good, whether needed their spirits uplifted. She was there, helped everybody. She did all of that. Now, I used to tell her all the time, Mama, change your company, change who you dealing with. Because I'm very people, and I'm just gonna tell the truth. Some people might get mad with me for saying that, but I don't give a damn. All of a lot of them people that you is really trying to give a chance to make a, you want them to do better for themselves and stuff of that nature. You can't help everybody because let me tell you something, Mom. All them people that blow you up and the people you call, they call you every day with a bunch of fucking mess all the goddamn time. Them same people is gonna kick you in your ass if you get down and you can't do a motherfucking thing for yourself. Them same goddamn people is gonna turn their back on you. I used to tell her this all the time. I used to tell her, look, do not, if anybody calling your phone, your phone, and bringing crazy, fucked up energy, you got to immediately look. I used to wake up every morning and I would tell her, and my mother, because my mother was a good person. Sometimes I would be getting pissed off at her for entertaining certain people that's gonna bring some damn drama in her life. I would say, Mama, if you, and I would try to say it with all the respect in the world. You know how you try to, like the Bible say, honor your mother. I tried doing it. Now I wasn't always good at it. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I would be disobedient in certain ways and stuff like that. Like I'm still doing some growing now. But I say, you know what? All them people that you blowing up and you call and you talking to them all the time, trying to be there for them and all this in every way. Guess what? You can go. You get down the day or tomorrow. They will. The only thing they're gonna say, the only news they're gonna have for you is that's your loss. Well, I would take you in. I would do this here, but I got my own family. I got my kids and I got this here. I can't do it. And then I'm hurting and my back is bothering me myself. I can't, I'm going to the doctor right now. That's what they gonna tell you. But they had enough energy is to get on the phone and bring negative shit in your life. And I remember the day you got down. You had somebody called you with some negative shit and you got and she ended up getting going back and forth and when they called, I knew then. I said, "Oh Lord, this conversation fixing to go left." And I was in there. I think I was kind of washing dishes that day, and I felt severely like concerned. Like I knew you ever just had a feeling that some shit was gonna go down, but you didn't want it to be like that. I said, cut those people off. I don't care who they are. If they bringing energy to you, if they ain't bringing you no scriptures from the Bible, or giving you a song and praying with you or something like that, and say the Lord told me or the Most High told me to pray with you, cut them motherfuckers off. I said because you'll end up being down, triple, and you might get a phone call every fucking blue moon. And the ones that call you every fucking blue moon, them motherfuckers ain't worth a damn anyway. And I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit. Excuse me. I'm telling you, I said, if you get down, I said, you can lose your eyesight, you can do all of that, you're gonna be down. They would even bring you a glass of water to save your life if they could. I said, I'm telling you, you need to be you need to tell them, check them, and say, look, if you is not calling here, and if you not giving me no good energy, and I hope whoever's watching this video, I don't know who's watching, and I said this before in the other video. If you want to live, if you want your grandmother to live, if you want your mother to live, and you know somebody that you know that's good helping somebody, and they not giving them people good energy, you better show this video to them and tell them to cut them off. They don't want to end up like my mother was. I mean, like my mother is. I'm telling you, bedreaded and can't do shit for yourself. Now you got to sit back and you got to rely upon some more motherfuckers hoping that they'll help you. But sometimes you be in them so-called health care facilities and hospitals and so-called nursing homes and stuff, they'll even let your ass die in there. Because don't think it's gonna go in there and them health care facilities it's gonna be better. Sometimes it be worse when you go in there. Because they have a schedule when they can help people in there. It's a schedule where they can go around and pass you. It's just like your ass in prison when you go in a so-called healthcare facility. It's just like a prison. It's just like it ain't no different from being behind a fucking cell and having somebody to slide you your food, and you'll get they serve food every 6 hours. That's when you can eat, and the shit may not even be what you want. Them hospitals and nursing homes and so-called health care facilities and stuff, that shit is worse than a damn prison. I've been dealing with it for the last 2 months, I know. And I done seen a lot of shit that I never, and it just put a negative dampening on me from wanting. I have a negative view about how I don't want to even work in them. I don't. If I see somebody with a nurse's assistant, so-called nurse's assistant uniform on, it makes me cringe. I get fucking mad because they mistreat the people up in there. And I don't. I told my mother. My mother used to always talk to me, and I'm gonna get back to the topic. I believe you would do this. You would see if something happened. I didn't want to just come out and just tell her. I want to be wanting to show it. You know what I mean? I said, yeah, I would, mom. Okay, yeah, I would. But I really, deep down within, I didn't want to say nothing. I just want to put it into action. So she was saying it, and I'm like, in my mind, and I told her this, you know what? I don't want to see, I never want, and I don't. And even to this day, right now, as I'm speaking, I don't want my mother in a nursing home. And I'm hoping and praying that the Lord recover her so that she can come home so that I can do what I'm supposed to do. Because I'm built and I'm made for this here. But I told her, you need to cut those people off. I can understand, I get it. She was trying to be merciful to him. but she would not. She just didn't take my advice. And I used to say, okay, all right. And I go like I'm in my room now. She would be in the room and they're talking. I said, okay, I'm gonna stay out of it because everybody was complaining and telling my mother, well, you need to get rid of his uh, get rid of his so and so tell this and that. He ain't doing that. He just trying to control your conversation. You need to get him out and all this old kind of stuff. So I just say, you know what? Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna respectfully, if she get another phone call again, I'm gonna respectfully decline. I'm not gonna say I won't. Don't get me wrong. I wanted to say something so bad, but I said no. I'm gonna try. I don't want nobody to be thinking that I'm trying to come and control a conversation. And I told when it happened, my mother. I noticed a difference in her when when I noticed that after she had gotten to a debate with some negative people over the phone. I looked. She got off the phone. I remember that day. I remember that day. And I got off. She got off the phone after from debating with these people, and her head was down, and she just looked at weak and depressed because she was still talking and doing all of that then. And she laid down that Sunday night, and she got up that Monday morning, and I noticed that she was weak. And I noticed that ever since then, everything went down the hill. And I noticed that she wasn't the same. She was sluggish and she wasn't talking as strong. But see, and right away, I didn't think nothing of it at first. I didn't think nothing of it. You see what I'm saying? Until I said, well, maybe she just tired and she just probably needs some rest. Because I wasn't expecting it to be going into a stroke or that. I wasn't expecting that because I never experienced that from my mother because I lived with my mother my whole life. She raised me. I came out of her stomach, and I've been there with her. I was the only one that stayed. My other brothers and sisters, the Most High, just they went their separate ways and they moved on and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I know they disappointed too within you know what I'm saying? And they got out and got on their own. But I was the only one that stayed. You see what I'm saying? I don't know why it happened. I questioned God about that one time. I said, "Why me? You picked me. It's not saying that they're not he didn't pick them, but it's just like I don't know what is it about me that's this person that's supposed to be picked to do this in. You picked me. You could have picked anybody, but you picked me. And I questioned God about it. Didn't have a life, didn't never owned no car, never owned no house, never owned none of that. But I always had this compassion for my people, my black, Hispanic, and Native American. I had compassion for my people. I didn't even know that it was in me to be like that. And when I got into the church and so-called church Christianity, because I would say I guess that helped me along the journey because I was always asking questions. And a friend of mine told me that he questioned God about why my struggle was so hard. Why did he live this life and never had certain things in his life? And I say, you did? He said, yeah. I actually questioned God. Why would God allow a person like you is to be struggling and not be and going through a lot of shit and stuff and good people. And he actually questioned God about that. He said he actually questioned the Most High about that. Why? Why did you did that? Because he said a lot of people would look at it like this: saying, "Where was God when my family member was in slavery, being beat by the so-called white man? Where was God?" You know what I'm saying? But you think about stuff like that. But anyway, let's get back to the topic of the video. I told my mother, look, you got to let. I used to wake up like every day. I felt like I was blue in the face telling her. And I know she was trying to help. You need to cut these people off. I don't care who they are. You need to cut those people off because at the end of the day, if something go down and something happened to you, you mark the word that I'm saying. They will not come there and give you a bottle of water to save your fucking life. They will not give you a bottle of water is to save your life. So you better. I used to tell her this also, Mom. You know what something is telling me to tell you? I believe in my heart, if you need to change all of the people who bringing you crazy energy, negative energy, you need to change. My desire for you, and I'm praying that the Most High God would allow you to come in contact with different people, change your environment, and you need healthy people in your circle. I used to say this all the time. Well, baby, I don't want to neglect my family and this and that and the third. I said, well, just because you cut them off and you don't want to have nothing to do with them, that doesn't mean you don't love them. It just means if you don't look out for yourself, I used to tell her this, and like I said, I'm telling you like you would tell me. You would tell me, Mama, you would tell me the same thing. If you don't look out for yourself, nobody else gonna look out for you. And all that talk that they doing, telling you about I'm interrupting you and all that, this and that and stir, and all I'm doing is just telling you is to cut negative people off out of your life. At the end of the day, them same people you talk to, sometimes the ones you talk to every day be the worst demons you ever want to see. You need to cut them off because you know what, mom? If you lose your eyesight, they'll be trying to encourage you. You better go get that eyesight. You better go get your eyes checked. You better go get the done, get that surgery done on your eye. No, you better not do that because guess what? God gave you your eyesight. They fuck your eyesight up and do all that kind of shit. You know what they gonna tell you? Reverse it and act like they didn't say that shit before you went and had that surgery. Well, I told you, you blind. You better get that man over there. You better get Peter to help. You better get so and so. Which, hey, I'm just making an example out of this. Here. You better get somebody. I got nothing. I ain't gonna be able to do it. You had no business going and get the surgery, but at the same time, you encouraged her to go get the damn surgery. I'm just making an example. This is not true. I'm just saying. I was giving my mother an example to show her all those people that side up and said, "That people don't get." Look, why would you want to sit up and fuck with people and interact with people that don't give a fuck about you? Somebody that wouldn't even think of you, because the only thing they're gonna tell you, well, I got my own life. I got my family. I would take her in, and do this and that. I wished I could help and all that. No, I don't give a fuck. How many? I can have 2,000 goddamn children. I can have 2,000 children in my damn house. It doesn't really fucking matter. At the end of the day, when it comes to my blacks, Hispanic, when it comes to my mother or whatever, my mother, hell no. You come in my house, you being taken care of. You know what I mean? I don't give a damn if I'm on one fucking back. At the end of the day, it ain't gonna change. That's still my mother, that still would be my father. Take care of it. How would you feel if you was in a situation like that where you couldn't take care of yourself? You see what I'm saying? You couldn't take care of yourself, and then you wouldn't give a damn how many children that person had. You don't care as long as you was being taken care of. You ain't gonna want nobody to neglect you and keep you on the floor. You bed ready. You can't even move. You can't even move none of your arms. None of that. And somebody come around, you don't care if they sacrifice themselves and say, "Well, I don't care. I got a family and I got this and that." But I'm still gonna take care of you. I'm gonna bring you in my household with all of my, with no matter, in spite of it all, and I'm still gonna look out for you. You tell me you won't turn that down. Tell me you will turn it down. I guarantee you, you'll be glad to get it. You ain't gonna turn it down. You ain't gonna sit up there and say, "Well, you got your own family and this and that and the third," because you got to think about it. You got to eat. Because if just think, this is just a hypothetical. If you can't feed yourself and you can't do none of that, you're gonna want somebody to come in there and feed you. You ain't gonna say, "Well, don't feed me, just let me sit here and die and just let this happen and that happen." Your ass ain't gonna say that shit because you know your ass will be gone. You'll be several feet under. And you know what I mean by that. And I used to tell, like I said, let me reiterate and go back to my point. I used to tell her that all the time, but she wouldn't listen. She would not listen. Now, all you met, now every once in a while, you get somebody every blue moon to hit you up and call you and talk to you and stuff, but that doesn't mean shit. I just called to see how everybody was doing. No, fuck you. Yeah, man. That's all they gonna do. Every blue moon, every so blue moon, they may show up. But it ain't nothing. Nobody is going to do you like God. Nobody can take care of you like the Most High can. They not going to do it. They're not willing to do it. Nobody, like they used to say, nobody going to do you like Jesus. Now, remind you, God is a so-called black man. That Jesus that they call Savior, he's a so-called Christ that's contrary to the Bible is the white Jesus. It's not the real Jesus. But I'm just saying, yeah, man, them same people that you talk to every day, those are the same people that'll turn around there and poke and stab needles in your ass. And them was the same one you rocked with, you fed, you made sure they was good on every hand. You made sure they was good, but guess what? Now that you bedridden, loving them and stuff, they showing you what type of friend they are. Like my mother used to say years ago when we was young, she used to say, if you want to know who your true friend is, get down and out. Get down and out. And you're gonna find out real goddamn quick who the fuck they are. You're gonna see the true colors. Get down and out. Yeah. Just go around, just get down and out now. You're gonna find out you're gonna see sweet shit from honey and water. Because you're gonna find out real quick who with you and who ain't. They'll say a few words, well, I'm praying for you, and they'll keep going. Like I see a lot of people in the store right now. How your mama doing, baby? And then a lot of times they don't be meaning that shit. Well, tell her I say hello and this and that. They sit there and hold a short conversation with you, but eventually they gonna go. They'll make it. Shit. You'll find out real shit real quick. Like my mother used to say, let your lights get turned off now. And you're gonna see just how much of a Christian they is. And the people, the so-called family members that's act like they good and all that kind of stuff, you're gonna find out exactly when if you get down and out, you're gonna find out real quick who your so-called friends that you thought were your friend were. You're gonna find out real quick. Hmm. You're gonna find out that, like they say, you're gonna find out real quick. And sometimes some people just gotta learn the hard way. And I used to tell her all the time, you need to cut all them people off that's bringing you negative energy. Cut their ass off. Because if you don't, the life you save can be your own. At the end of the day, now you bedready. Now they able to go and eat and do whatever it is the fuck they want to do. They're able to go and get up and get them a glass of water. When they fall asleep, they can take their ass to bed. But if they get bed ready, if now you bed ready, you can't do that. Now you can't even get a glass of water from them. You know? So I'm falling asleep right now. So I'm telling you, now one of the motherfuckers ain't gonna come around when you need help. Yeah, I'm telling you. You think they your friend and all that kind of stuff? Yeah, they'll turn around there and turn on you in a minute. Yep. My mom used to say, your enemy won't harm you, but watch your close friend, so-called. Your so-called friend ain't nothing. Yeah. You'll find out just who your true friend is when you get down and out and you ain't got shit. That's right. Yeah, you can't go by that, man. I mean, People, that's when you really can see people's true colors. Yeah, you'll find out their true colors in a minute. So, um, if you really want to know who your true friend is, get down and out now. You're gonna see sweet shit from honey and water. You're gonna find out real quick what they all about. So I'm out. What did I say I was gonna name this video? When you get down and out, you're gonna know who your true friends were. I'm out. That's the title.